Hey guys, it's Casey and welcome back to my channel. So today is the third installment in the Beginner's Guide series. A lot of you guys have been DMing me, letting me know that this series has been helping you out a lot. So I am super happy that I could do this for you guys. Now, as you can tell from the title of this video, and if you watched the last video, then you already know this one is about wing liner and lashes. So this should be a fairly quick video. I already did my eyeshadow. Typically for me, I like to do my wing liner before I do my foundation and stuff, just because it's an easier cleanup process. But I will explain to you how you can clean up your liner once you've had your foundation already on in this video. So before we begin, you guys already know what to do. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and turn the notification bell so you know about every single time I upload a new video. And let's go ahead and get started. So we're just going to jump right into this. Like I said, you see that my brows and my shadow is already on. I try to do something really neutral because I didn't want to distract you guys from the liner, but I am going somewhere, which is the reason why I'm not just strictly just doing liner and no eyeshadow or anything like that. So first things first, let's talk about what kind of eyeliner I'm going to be using today. Now, I am using this specific eyeliner I'm about to show you for this video because I feel that it is the easiest eyeliner to use for beginners. I have a bunch of other favorites that I like to use, but this one to me feels like the easiest liner to use for beginner because you have the most control over it. It is one of the best eyeliners in my opinion because it is super jet black, and that is going to be the Inglot 77 liner, which it looks like this. This is definitely a holy grail. Now, you can get the Inglot Gel Liner on Amazon, which is where I got mine just so I can have it fast enough to film this video for you guys. Some Macy's sell them, and there's an Inglot store in the city. I think it might still be there. I don't know if COVID messed them up, but there's an Inglot store. Obviously, you can buy on Inglot's website, and there are other websites like Camera Ready Cosmetics and those kind of things that sell Inglot. Now, for the brush, there's only really one brush I'm going to show you guys. Usually in these videos, I like to give you different brand options, but I don't feel that there's any eyeliner brush that's comparable to this one, so I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys. Hey guys, it's Casey from the future. So I'm here to tell you that I filmed this video on July like 16th or 17th. Today is like September 10th, and I actually did find a brush between this time that is very similar to the MAC brush that I'm going to be talking about in this video. It is from Sueva, I believe is how you pronounce it, Beauty. It's their 610 brush, and it is available at Morphe. That's where I ordered mine from, so I don't have a clip of me showing it, but I did purchase this brush after I filmed this video, about a month after, and it is most definitely a dupe. This is the MAC 210 liner brush. As you guys can see, this brush is literally like one eyebrow hair. It's super small, so this is going to allow you to get a really thin line. It's going to allow you to have a lot of control, and you do not have to worry about your eyeliner being like super thick or anything like that. To me, there is no brush comparable to this. This is my favorite one, and I know MAC brushes can be really expensive. I want to say this is like $25 for this little brush, but I do genuinely feel like it's worth it. As you guys can see, I have 3 of them. I keep them on deck. I love this liner brush. Now, if you don't want to spend that much money, I do have 2 Sigma brushes that are good for eyeliner as well, but it's just not as small and defined as this one. So we have these 2 right here. This one right here is the wing liner brush, which is the E06, and the other one is really made for eyebrows, but you can definitely use it for your liner as well. Now, those angled kind of brushes, you can pretty much find them anywhere, but for liner, I highly suggest that you find one that is super thin. There's some of them that will have like a lot of thick bristles. You want to stay away from those because you're not going to be able to get that really clean line. So the thinner the brush is, the absolute better. Before we go into the application process, we're just going to talk about 2 other eyeliners that I am absolutely obsessed with. One is the MAC Brushstroke Liner. This is a felt tip pen. This one is actually really great for beginners as well. I really do like this one. The only problem is I do feel like it dries out quickly and it's not as black as I would like it to be, but it is still a great eyeliner, especially if you are a beginner. The other one is a little bit more advanced. This one is the NYX Epic Wear Eyeliner. I've talked about this in my beauty favorites video. This one is waterproof like a mofo, okay? It doesn't go anywhere, but I can see it being a little bit tricky for somebody who is just starting off with eyeliner. So I would probably say graduate to this once you get comfortable doing it. Before we do the liner, I just want to talk about one product. So when you're using a gel liner, before you run out of it, there will become a point where it begins to dry out. So one thing you want to do is make sure that it is tightly closed, and you also want to store it upside down. But this is a product that Inglot sells called Duraline. This will pretty much reactivate your gel liner. So if you've noticed that it's like starting to dry out, just drop a little bit of this and you will be able to use it again. This also works for like pigments and stuff like that if you want to turn your pigments into eyeliner. But today we're just talking about basic liner, so we're not going to go into the whole fancy like glitter, pigment, all that stuff. We ain't doing that today, child. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my eyeliner brush and I'm going to dip it in the gel, of course. I'm going to make sure it's coated on all sides. Now, what you can do is just wipe on the back of your hand just to make sure it's nice and thin. So this is the easiest method to me for doing eyeliner, okay? So what you want to do is you want to start off by, you know what, let me get a little closer. So what you want to do is start by lining the top of your lid like that. So it's kind of hard for me to talk while I'm doing this, so I'm so sorry guys, but you want to just start by lining the top of your lid. You see how that gel liner is just gliding super smoothly? It's no like ridges and bumps. That's why I really like this eyeliner. Also guys, please don't pull at your eye, because what you're seeing when you're pulling at your eye is not going to look like that when your skin snaps back. Also, we need to really get in the habit of not pulling our skin, okay? Normalize not pulling your skin, because that is going to create wrinkles. So I pretty much have my mirror right underneath my face, so I'm looking down so I can see my lash line. So I'm taking the brush and I'm just lining the top of my lid like this. So what we're going to do is just make sure it's lined all the way across. Step one, complete. Now what you want to do, this is the part that gets people a little like, what is going on? Some people just go in trying to do a thick liner. I feel like that's a little bit more difficult to do. So what you actually want to do is you want to start off with a really thin line going upward, or however you want your liner. Some people like it more straight, some people like it more curved up. So that really just depends on you and how you want your eye to look. But what I'm going to do is start with a thin line going up. If it's not perfect, guys, don't stress it, because I'm going to show you how we're going to clean this up and make it pretty. So you start with your line going up like this, right? Now from a little bit below the tip of the line, so about right here, we're going to drag across. And pretty much we're creating the wing, but it's going to have like a negative space. So we're going to go from here. Boom. Like that. Does that make sense? I hope it does, because I don't know how else to explain it to you guys. So I'm just going to clean that up a little bit because it's a little messy. I blame the fact that I have to talk and do this, because I hate talking and doing liner. Okay, that's a little better. So from there, the obvious, we're going to fill in this negative space. And I'm just going to go back because I'm a perfectionist, and I'm just going to clean up this top line here. Make sure I go all the way in the corner. So like that. Now, this is the part that people don't do, and I swear, anybody who really doesn't know how to do liner like this part will save your life. We're just going to clean it up. So I have a makeup wipe with me, and this is what's going to really sharpen that eyeliner and make it like popping, okay? So I'm going to take my liner and I'm going to wrap it around my finger like this. And it helps that I have like pointy nails, but even if you don't, you can definitely do this. I'm going to take it, and right at the edge of that liner, I'm just going to clean it up. I'm just going to swipe and clean it up. So wipe, just dragging my finger. You might have to, like, you know, go back, do it again. It's not going to be like one swipe kind of thing. I'm just going tighter in because I want it to be really sharp. Boom, but I'm just going to tap just to get all that extra like residue off. So I kind of shortened it because I just wanted it a little bit shorter. But that's it. Do you see how like sharp that liner is now? Like, let's get into this liner. Look how sharp that is. And it didn't look like that before. All you need, guys, is a makeup wipe. That's it. The makeup wipe is going to save your life and really, really sharpen that. All right, so now let's go ahead and do the next eye. So I'm coating my brush. We're just going to go ahead and line the top of the eye like we did before. Long strokes are definitely better because you're going to get like a smoother line. Sometimes I have to do shorter strokes, but if you can control yourself to just do like one long stroke, it'll definitely make it a lot smoother and even, if you will. Definitely a tip for you guys. Your eyeliner, it is a struggle to get even. It's child, listen, I can't even talk. It is a struggle. I still struggle with it all the time, like every day. I just don't care. It's like, it's gonna get as even as it's gonna get. Like, I don't really care that much. But a major tip for you guys is do the side that you suck at the most, and then do the side that you're good at, because you're always gonna have one side that's better than the other. Personally, for me, this side is better, which is the reason why I just went ahead and did it, just because I'm like, I'm just trying to get it out the way. But this side, I don't know if it's because I'm right-handed, so working on the left side is a little bit trickier. I'm not sure. But if you can, just do the bad side first while you're starting off and you're just learning. So that way you could get the other side more even. Does that make sense? I hope that's making sense to you guys. So now that we have the liner across the lid, like we did before, we're going to just draw a line outward. And if you can, please just do this one long stroke. It's just going to make it a lot easier and you're going to have a better outcome. And then near the tip, I'm going to drag downward like that. Just going to go ahead and fill in that negative space. I kind of messed up there. You see, it's like two little wings coming out, but that's okay because the little cleaning up trick is going to help that. Okay, so we have that. Now we're just going to do the same thing we did on the other side. We're going to wrap our makeup wipe around our finger, and then we're just going to clean it up. And there you have it. So that is how I do my eyeliner. So obviously you can do this with any color that you want to do. The technique that I use for the gel liner is the same that I use for liquid liner, and that is pretty much it. Now, I did let you guys know if you was to do your foundation first, how you can clean it up. You would just use it with like your concealer brush that you would do like maybe your brows, or like another angled brush, and use your concealer or foundation and do the same thing. The only problem with that I find is that sometimes the concealer and the liner would like mix depending on which formula that you use, and then it's a little bit more difficult to clean up. I feel like you'll see like a little bit of gray, which is the reason why I just like to do my eyeliner before I do my foundation. I just feel like it's easier, and using the wipe is 10 times easier as well. But yes, that is how I do my eyeliner, and it's looking real good. So now we're just going to go ahead and jump into lashes, applying false lashes. So the first thing I like to do is apply a mascara. Now, I'm going to be honest, I don't give a shit what mascara you use. I don't care at all, because to me, I don't know, I'm not a big mascara person. I'm not like, oh my god, this mascara is better than this one. Like, it doesn't really bother me too much, but I will, of course, leave my recommendations in this video. I am going to be using the Fenty Beauty mascara right here, the full frontal, just because I just need some mascara to put on. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not really that big of a deal. Some people like to put their mascara on after they put their fake lashes, but that actually shortens the lifespan of your false lashes because you have all of this mascara buildup on it. So I personally prefer to put the mascara on before I do my lashes. So you would just apply it, wiggle up to make sure all the lashes are separated, like that. Boom, wiggle up, wiggle up, wiggle up. All right, so we have our mascara on. So when it comes to lashes, personally for me, I only shop on AliExpress for lashes. I don't feel it's necessary to spend like $15 on one pair of lashes. That is a dub. Like, I'm not doing it. I just don't feel like it's worth it. So I buy like big bulks of eyelashes off of AliExpress, which is a lot cheaper. I'm going to link my favorite vendor down below because I know AliExpress can be very overwhelming. Now, I know this looks crazy, but as I use them, I start cutting up the package because I'm like, why do I have all this negative space? I don't need all of this. So this is what it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and cut a pair of lashes out of here. I think I'm just going to use these right here. So a little tip, if you guys don't know, when you apply your lashes, there's always like a right side and a wrong side. Obviously, the side that has like the longer hairs on it is going to be on the outside. But if you can't tell, pick up your lash box, even if it's the individual ones, it's going to be the same thing, and hold it up to your eye, right? They are placed on the thingy, the little case thingy. how they're supposed to go in your eye. So this side will go to this eye, and that side will go to that eye. Simple as it can get. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pull a pair of lashes off this thing here. So we have our lash, and the first thing you want to do is measure your eyelashes to your eye, because some people have smaller eyes. So if you do, you're going to want to trim off some ends. Now, if you do have to trim off, I highly suggest you trim from the outside. If this lash goes on this side, right, and I felt the need to trim some, I will trim from the outer corner. So that's just going to make sure it fits. So how you would measure is you would just plop them on, and just see if you see some dangling out of the outer corner, you want to trim that off. Now the thing with AliExpress eyelashes, they always have like a little extra piece to them in the front and the outer corner. So I just like to trim that part off, because that will just like kind of poke you and be a little bit annoying. So I'm just going to trim that. So the next thing you want to do is find a lash glue that you love. Personally, for me, I like the velour lash glue. I think it is the best lash glue. I use the clear one, but Duo is definitely a great lash glue that majority of the world uses. So you can definitely get your hands on that pretty much anywhere. But of course, like every video, I'm going to have everything linked in the description box for you. I prefer lash glue that has the little brush on it, because it just makes for applying the glue a lot easier, in my opinion. So what you want to go ahead and do is take the brush and just drag it across the lash band. Make sure you have a lot on the outer and inner corner, because that tends to be where lashes like to lift the absolute most, and it's so freaking annoying. Nothing is worse than being out, girl, and your lashes is just lifting, child. Like, that is so annoying. So just take it and align the lashes with the glue. So the next thing you want to do is just bend the lashes a little bit. That's going to help with the application process. You don't want to just go ahead and plop the eyelashes on your eye, because it's not going to stick. You got to wait at least 30 seconds for that glue to get a little bit tacky. So you can blow on it, whatever you want to do. You want to text, you want to just go about your business, child. Do whatever it is that you need to do. So I personally like to apply my lashes with like a lash tweezer, which is this right here, this little pinchy tool. It definitely makes the process a lot easier. I used to just use tweezers, but this is great. You can also use your fingers if you got it like that. If you have stiletto nails, that's kind of like a tweezer, so you can do that too. But I just feel like the lash applicator is a lot better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my mirror like kind of below my face here, just so I can see my lash line, just like we did with the liner. I'm going to line the lashes up in the center, and I'm just going to plop them there, like I'm just going to drop it. So I'm looking down, and then boop. I like to make sure the middle part of the lash is stuck on. And then what you're going to do is you're going to start to enforce that inner corner and outer corner. So I'm just taking the little tool here, and I am just pulling the outer and inner corner where they need to be. At this point, I usually go in with my hands, and I like kind of like almost close my eye just so I can see what's going on. And I just push that bad boy on there, because we want to make sure it's on. Boom. So with clear lash glue, you're obviously going to see a little bit of that bluish kind of tint, but it is going to dry clear. I personally don't like the black lash glue because I feel like it gets messy really fast. That's just me. So boom, the eyelash is on. So I'm going to leave that lash alone for a little bit while I do the other side, and then we're going to go back and pinch it. And pretty much pinching is just making sure everything's like melted together. So I'm just going to go ahead and take my other lash. I'm going to cut off the ends like I did before. I'm going to apply my lash glue. Going to bend the lash, make sure it gets nice and tacky. As you guys can probably see just from watching it, that spot is starting to dry. That's great. We love that. I'm going to start by making sure that middle is on, and start enforcing that outer and inner corner to be where they gotta go. Okay, so we got that other lash on. So what I'm going to do now on this side is I'm just going to take my finger, and I'm going to pinch my false lashes and my fake lashes together. That's going to just kind of, pull the false lashes down a little bit so that way it can be as close to my lash line as possible. But that's also going to like melt the false lashes and my lashes together so that they become one, and you see no gaps or anything like that. If you can't get in the inner corner, you can go ahead and use your tool and just pinch them together. And that's what's going to give you the most natural eye look. I'm going to get close to see if you guys can see a difference between this one and how my lashes are pretty much with the fake lashes, and this one where my lashes look separated. I don't know if you guys can tell. So I'm gonna go ahead and start to pinch this side. And there you guys have it. That is a liner and lashes. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish off the rest of my face and I'll be right back. Okay guys, and this is the completed look. I hope that this liner and lashes tutorial helped you guys out significantly. Do not be afraid of liner. I love liner because it definitely like enhances any look. It makes it a little bit more dramatic and sexy and everything. There's so many different variations of liner, so have fun with it. As always, if you have been enjoying this series, make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Of course, the previous videos will be linked in the description box as well. So far we've done brows and we've done a natural smoky eye. So yeah guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Do not forget to support by hitting up that thumbs button and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. I love you so much and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. And look, I knew there was gonna be lipstick on my teeth.